let me get into it. So, I pull back troops to my cities, start making some more funds. Now you can see action here starts quickly as I notice an imbalance in the front line here. I have tanks while he has lights, which is a perfect opportunity for me to storm in with my heavies. Now blue storms in with his tank right here against my lights. It's a good call because tanks usually beat lights. But since you notice, this is a forested area, which means tanks do less damage. Which means these light infantry will do better than the tanks if you have enough of them and are more experienced. You can notice here, blue troops are already dying because I put my tanks right there. Now some of my troops are getting low on health, but if you look on the casualties, I'm already making a big difference with 5 outs and a casualty difference. I already have more troops than him. Now you can notice this entire front line is just at war with each other. There's constant battle going on here. Now I'm pulling back my wounded troops to the back to let them heal. Cycling is extremely important in this game. If you don't cycle, you will lose the game. Now blue makes a minor mistake having one of his units in the water, making it take damage. He notices the mistake, puts it back on land. His tank is getting low on health. I'm gonna have to pull it back soon. As you notice, I'm starting to pull troops from my mainland to here to support my line. Now you can see here I have like this sort of ball of reserve. I'm making like a tiny sliver of reserve troops to pull from. Blue notices the battle was taking many more losses than expected, and now blue has to pull troops from other sides of his land to help him fight his battle right there. Now you can see blue's troops here, they're falling. You can tell they're dying. They're in red, they're cracking up. They're cracking. I'm making a big mess of cycling. I'm just pulling lots of injured troops to the back. You can see here blue almost has an encirclement right there. Now blue goes for the encirclement, but he doesn't realize I'm still connected from water. Blue encircles himself, then unencircles himself. And I'm here, 2 tanks. I'm about to lose 2 tanks right there. You can see all of blue's reserve, except for these 2 troops right here, are just busy fighting me on this front. That's how good I am. You can see it here on the troop count, there's a 20,000 troop difference. I'm really just grinding him down while cycling better than him. He's not doing a much. Because blue isn't even cycling here. Blue pulls a dead unit. Blue pulls an almost dead unit. I'm really not sure why you can do such a thing. Oh, I see why. Right. Yeah, blue's entire front line is just crumbling. All I have to do is apply more pressure. Now blue has a lone take here overextended. I take quick advantages and I encircle it with so many troops. There was gonna be 5 troops on the tank, but it died before I could get 5 troops on it. One of blue's troops falls right there. One of his tanks are gonna die. His whole front line's a mess. This is damage and weakened. You can see here, nothing's been happening here. For the entire game, this front doesn't really move that much. Now you can notice I'm getting pushed back a little. My bridges right here, they're close to being closed up from blue. See, blue's just pulling newly formed units to fight his battle, which I find intriguing. I'm not sure why you would put freshly spawned units that are low on health, that have no health, to fight your battle. I mean, there's 2 troops right here that could easily join the battle, but if blue moves those troops to fight the main battle, I can quickly just turn my troops into ships and capture the city for free. I mean, here, this front line really such a mess. All his units are cracking. Now blue's very close on getting rid of my bridges. He's close to cutting off my supply line with the mainland. But he's not going to be able to. He's not going to be able fast enough to do this. His troops are weak and crumbling. Now, of course, he does take both bridges with his zone of influence. This isn't really much of a problem since all my troops are here and there's clear supply line connections from the sea. Right here, prime encirclement material. I can easily come in with a few circles in a massive encirclement. Now blue does encircle, but I unencircle, kill 2 of his units. There's just such a big juicy encirclement right here. And I get that big juicy encirclement, and 4 of his troops are gonna quickly die off. Now blue's troop count is horrendous. I have almost 100,000 more troops than blue. You can really see how I just snowballed so effortlessly. It wasn't effortlessly, there was a lot of concentration and effort to try to get this big advantage. Now blue tries scouting to see if I have a free city he can snipe. Of course I have troops on my cities. Tries to see if the capital is free to take. The capital is not free to take, and that unit dies from attrition damage. See here, blue has nothing on this front. I just completely gotten rid of all his troops there. He has 4 badly weakened troops to defend himself. I've just been pressuring blue so well right here. Blue basically has nothing to fight me with. Blue cannot come back from a defeat so hard like this. He could very easily just snipe his city with a troop. But I'm not really sure if he has a troop on his city. So I don't really do this, but I'm not sure if I'm forgetful. The last 2 troops that were originally on the front line on the battle are going to die. Now, blue tries getting away with one of his badly injured troops, but I do manage to kill it in time. Now, right here there's going to be a little pause in the battle as I'm making a front line of troops to reorganize them. I get to see here, I almost have double the amount of troops blue has. I try going for a quick surroundment of one of blue's weakened troops. It works as like 3v1 blue. I get one portion of my front line to attack blue city and another portion to attack this side of blue's defenses. See, blue here is just pulling a lot from other sides of his territory. The blue's unit on the city badly injured, it dies. I'm so close to getting that city. Hey look. This close to getting a city. Now, I get like a major encirclement on myself. This is pretty bad for me. I don't want to be encircled. Now that troop dies. I'm no longer encircled. Blue's last troop defending that city falls, I take his city. Let's see here. I'm holding a tank to prepare to fight blue on this front. Now for the first time, this front finally moves and is in battle. I got an encirclement on blue. For the first time, I take one of blue's cities, and blue's going to quickly fall from now on. Alright, if you notice, I converted my troops into ships so I can snipe this city that blue had troops stationed on here, but now blue doesn't because he had to go deal with the main battle I had. You see here, blue is getting desperate. He takes 3 troops, 2 tanks and a light, just try to hammer his way through one of my tanks. But blue sees it's all lost and he surrenders, and I win. Alright. Tell me if you'd like to see more 1v1s instead of free-for-alls. I'll still do free-for-alls, but I'll do more 1v1s. And I haven't uploaded War of Dots in a few days because I wasn't really able to find a good match to review. Like, comment, subscribe. Especially leave a comment down. I'll reply to that comment. Goodbye.